These Chinese submarines can destroy the U.S. instantly. The U.S. and China are the two most powerful naval forces in the world, with both countries possessing large and advanced fleets of submarines. But how do these submarines compare in terms of capabilities, strategies, and missions? And what would happen if they ever clashed in a submarine war? In this video, we will compare the four major types of submarines in the U.S. and China, and explore the potential scenarios and outcomes of a submarine conflict between the two superpowers. Submarines are stealthy, versatile, and lethal weapons that can perform various roles in naval warfare, such as intelligence gathering, anti-ship and anti-submarine warfare, land attack, and nuclear deterrence. The U.S. and China have different types of submarines that specialize in different missions. The U.S. has ballistic missile submarines, fast attack submarines, cruise missile submarines, and nuclear-powered submarines. China has nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarines, nuclear-powered attack submarines, diesel-electric attack submarines, and air-independent propulsion attack submarines. We will examine each type of submarine in detail and see how they stack up against each other. Ballistic Missile Submarine, or SSBN. The first type of submarine we're going to look at today is a ballistic submarine, or SSBN. These are the most powerful and strategic submarines in the world, as they carry nuclear-tipped missiles that can strike targets thousands of miles away. They are designed to hide in the ocean depths and provide a second strike capability that can survive a nuclear attack by an adversary. The U.S. has 14 Ohio-class SSBNs, each carrying 24 Trident II D5 missiles, which have a range of over 7,000 miles and can carry up to 8 warheads each. The Ohio class is the largest and most advanced submarine in the U.S. Navy, with a length of 560 feet and a displacement of 18,750 tons submerged. The Ohio class is expected to remain in service until the 2030s, when it will be replaced by the Columbia class SSBN. Now, China has 6 Jin class SSBNs, each carrying 12 JL-2 missiles, which have a range of over 4,000 miles and can carry up to 4 warheads each. The Jin class is China's first operational SSBN class, with a length of 443 feet and a displacement of 11,000 tons submerged. The Jin class is currently being upgraded with the JL-3 missile, which has a range of over 6,000 miles and can carry up to 8 warheads each. The JL-3 missile will also equip China's next-generation SSBN class, the Type 096, which is expected to enter service in the late 2020s. Fast Attack Submarine, or SSN. The second type of submarine we will look at is the Fast Attack Submarine, or the SSN. These are the most versatile and numerous submarines in the world, as they can perform various missions, such as hunting enemy submarines and ships, escorting friendly submarines and surface vessels, conducting reconnaissance and surveillance, and launching cruise missiles at land targets. The U.S. has 54 Virginia-class SSNs, which are the most advanced and stealthy submarines in the U.S. Navy, with a length of 377 feet and a displacement of 7,800 tons submerged. The Virginia class can carry up to 37 Tomahawk cruise missiles, which have a range of over 1,000 miles and can strike targets with high precision. The Virginia class also has 4 large diameter payload tubes that can launch unmanned underwater vehicles, special forces, or additional weapons. The Virginia class is expected to remain in service until the 2060s, when it will be replaced by the SSN-X class. Now, China has 15 Shang-class SSNs, which are China's first indigenous nuclear-powered attack submarines with a length of 360 feet and a displacement of 7,000 tons submerged. The Shang class can carry up to 16 YJ-18 cruise missiles, which have a range of over 300 miles and can perform supersonic terminal maneuvers to evade defenses. The Shang class also has 6 torpedo tubes that can launch torpedoes or anti-ship missiles. The Shang class is currently being upgraded with improved sensors, propulsion, and noise reduction. China is also developing a new SSN class, the Type 095, which is expected to enter the service in the mid-2020s. Cruise missile, submarine, or SSGN. The third type of submarine we will look at is the cruise missile submarine, or SSGN. These are submarines that are armed with large numbers of cruise missiles that can strike land or sea targets from long distances. They are converted from ballistic missile submarines but no longer carry nuclear weapons. The U.S. has 4 Ohio-class SSGNs, which are former SSBNs that have been modified to carry up to 154 Tomahawk cruise missiles instead of the Trident II missiles. The Ohio-class SSGNs also have 22 missile tubes that can launch special forces or unmanned underwater vehicles. The Ohio-class SSGNs have a length of 560 feet and a displacement of 18,750 tons submerged. The Ohio-class SSGNs are expected to remain in service until the late 2020s, when they will be replaced by the Virginia Payload Module (VPN), which is an extension of the Virginia-class SSN that adds 4 additional payload tubes that can carry up to 28 Tomahawk cruise missiles each. China does not have any dedicated SSGNs, but it has 6 Yuan-class diesel electric attack submarines that can carry up to 36 CJ-10 land attack cruise missiles, which have a range of over 900 miles and can strike targets with high accuracy. The Yuan-class also has 6 torpedo tubes that can launch torpedoes or anti-ship missiles. The Yuan-class has a length of 246 feet and a displacement of 3,600 tons submerged. The Yuan-class uses air-independent propulsion, AIP technology, which allows it to operate underwater for longer periods without surfacing or snorkeling for air. Diesel-electric attack submarine, or SSK. The fourth type of submarine we will look at is the diesel-electric attack submarine, or the SSK. These are submarines that use diesel engines for surface propulsion and electric batteries for underwater propulsion. They are cheaper and easier to build than nuclear-powered submarines, but they have limited endurance and speed underwater. They are mainly used for coastal defense and patrol missions. The U.S. does not have any diesel-electric submarines in service, as it relies on its nuclear-powered submarines for global operations. China has about 40 diesel-electric submarines in service, including the Song, Ming, and Kilo-class submarines. These submarines have a length of about 230 feet and a displacement of about 2,500 tons submerged. They can carry up to 8 torpedoes or anti-ship missiles in their torpedo tubes. Some of these submarines also use AIP technology to enhance their underwater performance. Different types of submarine warfare tactics. Wolfpack. This is a tactic where a group of submarines coordinate their attacks on a single target, or a group of targets such as a convoy of merchant ships or a task force of warships. The submarines use radio or acoustic signals to communicate with each other and share information about the enemy's location, speed, and course. The submarines then approach the target from different directions and launch their torpedoes at the same time or in succession, overwhelming the target's defenses and increasing the chances of a hit. This tactic was used extensively by the German U-boats during World War II, especially in the Battle of the Atlantic. Convoy. This is a tactic where a group of ships travel together for mutual protection and support, usually escorted by warships or aircraft. The convoy system reduces the risks of individual ships being attacked by submarines, as the escorts can provide anti-submarine warfare, ASW, capabilities such as sonar, depth charges, torpedoes, and missiles. The escorts can also use their radar and radio to detect and warn the convoy of any submarine threats. The convoy system was used by the Allies during World War I and World War II to protect their merchant shipping from submarine attacks. Ambush. This is a tactic where a submarine lies in wait for an unsuspecting target to pass by, then attacks it with surprise and speed. The submarine usually chooses a location that gives it an advantage over the target, such as a choke point, a shallow water area, or a blind spot. The submarine also uses its stealth features such as low noise, low profile, and camouflage to avoid detection by the target's sensors. The submarine then fires its torpedoes or missiles at the target when it's within range and escapes before the target can retaliate. This tactic was used by the U.S. Navy during the Cold War to conduct covert operations and intelligence missions with its nuclear-powered submarines. Stealth. This is a tactic where a submarine uses its stealth features such as low noise, low profile, and camouflage to evade detection and tracking by enemy sensors and forces. The submarine also uses countermeasures such as decoys, jammers, or noisemakers to confuse or distract the enemy's ASW capabilities. The submarine also uses its maneuverability and speed to change its course and depth frequently, making it harder for the enemy to locate and follow it. The submarine also uses its sensors and intelligence to avoid enemy patrols and traps. The stealth tactic is essential for submarine warfare, as it allows the submarine to survive and operate in hostile waters. In this exploration of the U.S. and China's formidable submarine forces, we've delved into the complexities of naval warfare beneath the ocean's surface. From the military ballistic missile submarines, the versatile fast attack submarines, the stealthy cruise missile submarines, to the nimble diesel-electric attack submarines, both nations possess impressive capabilities. As we've seen, the potential scenarios of a submarine conflict between the U.S. and China are intricate and multifaceted, influenced by factors like tactics, technology, and strategy, of course. In the ever-evolving realm of submarine warfare, the balance of power is dynamic, and the outcomes of future conflicts remain uncertain. Stay tuned for the next part of our video series, where we will dive deeper into the possible scenarios and outcomes of a submarine conflict between these two maritime giants. Submarine warfare is a realm where stealth, strategy, and innovation are paramount, and the implications of such a confrontation are profound. Until then, thank you for joining us on this deep-sea journey into the world of naval submarines.